So this course has an Excel element to it. You're going to need to have Excel in order for you to do the homework assignments that are part of this. You can't use anything else. If you want to use numbers or something, that's probably not going to work. Excel is required. And let's look at how this is going to work. So for Module 1, we have Case 2. And this is in Case 2, which goes throughout all 7 chapters of the book. It's called the Wine Depot. It's a company. And we need to do the Wine Depot assignment for Case 2 for Chapters 2 and 4. Now the first thing you need to do is go ahead and go to the modules to the Start Here area. So you can see in the Start Here area there's an Excel data set that you need to go ahead and get. You can see there's one for all the chapters. Even though you just need 2 and 4 for Module 1, go ahead and get them all and have them available. So I'm looking at the textbook, and let's go ahead and kind of get an understanding. The way the textbook is designed is the authors walk you through step by step the Excel work, and then they give you the cases at the end of the chapter. So really what you need to do is go through and do the stuff inside the chapter with the authors before you try to do the case. This is going to make your life a lot easier because you're going to see exactly what needs to be done, and then you do it with the case that's assigned to you. Even though Chapter 1 is not required, I would go ahead and look at that. It's going to really set the stage for the entire term as far as what you need to do in Excel, and you're going to get a good understanding of how the authors are going to go through and do this type of, well, how they're going to explain this type of work. So looking at Chapter 1, the Excel tour, they're going to use this stand-up paddleboard. What's Up is the name of the company. And they're using that as an example, and they're going to use that throughout the textbook. And so you get to see them do the work with the What's Up company, and then you'll have to do it again with the Wine Depot. So it's kind of helpful in that case. And if you jump ahead and just try to go straight to the homework, you may do fine, but you may find that you're really confused, and it may end up taking you more time rather than going through the chapter in the first place. So let's say you've gone through Chapter 2 already, and you went through the chapter and you followed the What's Up example. Then they give you this information here. This is the case that you need to do, and they kind of walk you through and tell you exactly what you need. So start with the worksheet from the data set, and the name of the worksheet in the data set is 2-06, and you'll see it in there. And then it gives you additional information, and you just have to follow that step by step. Now, whenever it says to print something, to print a worksheet, don't do that. You don't need to print anything. You just need to submit the files to me. And when it asks you to do value view, in other words, there's a way in Excel, and they talk about that in the chapters, where you can see the values and you can see the formulas. You just need to submit the worksheet to me. You don't have to worry about changing to value and formula view in order to submit the work. Just submit the work to me. Now, it's required that you do the Excel work using Excel formulas and functions as described in the chapters. In other words, if you hard code the numbers, like for example 10,000, you're going to get I'm not going to accept that, basically. In other words, what you need to do is use formulas. Let's say, for example, you needed to take the number of months times $5,000 in revenue. So you needed to get 10,000, but you needed to do the number of months 2 times 5,000. In other words, you need to multiply the 2 cells together. You need to use a formula or function to do that, and not just write the number 10,000 in. If you hard code information, answers, and provide them to me as your finished work, you will get a 0, because the whole point of this is to use Excel formulas and functions, and not just find answers like type them in your calculator and then put them into a cell already calculated. That wouldn't make any sense. We're trying to learn Excel, so it's really important that you understand that. Chapter 4 is depreciation chapter. It's a pretty long chapter. They want you to learn the various methods to do depreciation: straight line method, double declining balance, sum of the year digits. They want you to be able to do those. And you have to use Excel formulas to do it. So give yourself plenty of time to accomplish this. Now, when you look at the assignments, it tells you specifically how to set up your files to submit them to me, right? So make sure you submit the files using the right name and the method that they require you to submit the homework. Again, anytime it tells you to print something or to do it in formula view, don't worry about that. Just submit the work to me under the name as it's required, like save the worksheet, in this case chapter 4-04, then your name, and I'll go from there. You don't need to provide the formula view. You definitely don't need to print anything out. It always needs to be in Excel format. So I think that's a good way to get you guys started doing this assignment. Just make sure you remember that to give yourself enough time, especially the first few assignments you have to do in this Excel work. It could be a little bit of a learning curve.